Ballhawks.
The ball is caught! Game over, baby! Touchdown! The game is over! They are going nuts at Century League!
Hey und herzlich willkommen zum offiziellen Podcast der German Seahawkers. Heute mit Felix.
Und damit willkommen zurück zu einer neuen Folge Ballhawks. Ich bin Daniel und neben mir sitzt Felix. Hi Felix.
Hallo.
Wir beide sind heute in Frankfurt bei der Watchparty der German Seahawkers und der Frankfurt Galaxy und dürfen zwei ganz besondere Gäste bei Ballhawks begrüßen. Jermaine Kearse und Mario Bailey. Jermaine ist ehemaliger Spieler der Seahawks und Super Bowl Champion und Mario ist Community- und Legends Manager bei den Seattle Seahawks, kümmert sich also um alles, was ehemalige Spiele angeht und arbeitet auch mit der lokalen Community der Seattle Seahawks. Ich werde jetzt gleich ins Englische umswitchen und werde Felix darum bitten, das Interview zu führen, denn er ist da wesentlich bewanderter als ich. Und ich wünsche euch ganz viel Spaß bei dieser sehr besonderen Folge. Ich hoffe, wir haben ein paar gute Fragen ausgewählt, die wir den beiden stellen möchten. Und ich hoffe, ihr findet das genauso toll und besonders wie wir, dass wir die Chance haben, einen Super Bowl Champion und jemanden vom Staff der Seattle Seahawks zu interviewen. Viel Spaß. Alright, so, Jermaine, Mario, hello.
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 I hope you're good.
Yeah, we're doing well. Enjoying
good.
Germany.
It's been a good time. It's been a good day.
Okay, alright. So, I give it to you, Felix. I
Yeah.
think that's your part now, and I will
you.
switch off.
Yeah, thank you. First off, welcome to Germany. It's so nice to have you here. Jermaine, you're Super Bowl champion with the Seahawks. You caught the deciding pass to get us to the Super Bowl again the year after, and you played for 5 years for the Seahawks. Welcome to Germany. Mario as well. Welcome back. You've been in Frankfurt for 5 years too. You spent your time as a player here. Played in the NFL Europe and the XFL, and we were a legend for the Galaxy. Welcome to
Two-time World Bowl.
Yes, that's true. That's true too. So Jermaine, what's your first impression of Germany and the Seahawks fans here in Germany?
Yeah, I was super surprised with just the amount of fans and Hawk fans out here. It's been well receptive. We've been kind of sightseeing around Frankfurt, and even at the Chiefs and Dolphins games, we saw a lot of Seahawks jerseys, a lot of 12s out there, and they're out there wearing it proudly.
Yeah, that's so nice to hear. Mario, how is it to be back here in Frankfurt after being a player here?
Kind of like deja vu. It's been a long time, but the city's still beautiful. The fans still care about American football. You can tell it's like progressed since I was here. They loved American football when I left. We were always sold out. So to see them now with the Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs, Miami Dolphins, you see all kind of different uniforms. But I'm proud to be here coming with the Seahawks organization and see how much the German fans love the Seattle Seahawks.
That's so nice, so nice. So you both have a long connection with Seattle, the city, and also the organization. What do you think? Why is it that so many ex-Seahawks players like you have stayed connected to the Seahawks organization and the city itself? You can think of KJ Wright, Cliff April, all the guys are still in Seattle.
Yeah, I just think it's just a part of the culture, especially, at the Seahawks organization. The brotherhood, the family ties, and just the community engagement. A lot of guys are still very active in the community, and they care about the city of Seattle. And not only do they do it through their words and then show their support, they do it through their actions. And like I said, they're very active in community relations and stuff like that. And, they're just super proud to find a place that they feel comfortable enough to kind of stay and build their families here. And the same for me. I mean, I grew up in the state of Washington pretty much my whole life, and still live there and still love living there.
Yeah. What do you think, Mario?
I think it starts with the coach. Coach Pete is such a wonderful human being, and he created a culture where guys are welcome back. If you look, you see Marshawn leave the team, come back. You see Bobby leave the team, come back. That goes for everybody that stays there and wants to come back and be a part of the organization. The guys like Jermaine, they won a Super Bowl there, and they'll always be very special in the city of Seattle because we don't have too many champions. So when you do have a champion, you want them around and you want them to be a part of your city. The thing about Jermaine's team is those guys are very successful. they're not just good on the football, but they're good at life and they're doing a lot of good things. And Pete loves that, and he makes it where those guys are always welcome to come to practice, come to the game. And I work in the community department, and we love seeing them to do different things in the community as well.
That's great to hear. We want to come back to that later on. First off, Jermaine, you have family here in Germany. I think your mother is from Würzburg. Is that right?
Yeah, my mom's from Wurzburg. My Oma and Opa still live out in Wurzburg. My uncle lives out in Nuremberg, and then I have my sister-in-law and brother-in-law who's here with us right now. They're in Kaiserslautern, and so got a lot of family out here. So it's super fortunate to be able to make the trip and be able to see some family out here at the time.
That's so nice. So we just talked about it a couple of weeks ago. The Seahawks Super Bowl team reunited in Seattle for the game. Mario, you work with the community and the Seahawks alumni. How were you involved in all that organizing to get them all back? How hard was it?
It's kind of hard because Jermaine's team, I would say, is special. You have a lot of special people, so to reach out to those guys and get them in town and get their flights and make sure everybody was coordinated was a lot of work. But we got a great team, and we wanted to see them be celebrated because, like I said, they're the only Seahawks champ that we have, so we wanted to make sure that they had and I felt once they got there and they interacted with the coaches, the trainers, and everybody, like they had a good time. You could tell they have a great brotherhood that'll last a lifetime, so them have fun.
Jermaine, how did you experience that weekend? How was it to see all them back? And did you see someone for not a long time? Like, who was like maybe the guy that you didn't see for a really long time?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of teammates. Mario and the Seahawks, they did a great job of putting on an event. From the first couple of nights where we had get-togethers, where, you know, a lot of our old teammates were able to enjoy the night with each other. You know, it was a lot of fun, and just seeing a lot of teammates that I haven't seen in a long time, you know, seeing coaches I haven't seen in a long time, you know, my wide receiver coach, Kippy Brown, seeing, you know, Golden Tate, Brandon Mebane, and Red Bryant, and all those guys. It was really special to kind of see those guys' faces again and catch up with them and see how their lives are going. But the whole weekend was just, you know, first class. It was a very special weekend for us as players. And Mario and the organization, they did a great job of making that whole weekend special for all of us.
Nice. We are so happy to see you guys all back in Seattle. It's always really nice to see the players coming back on the sidelines or whenever it is. There's another legendary play you made in the championship game a year after you won the Super Bowl. It was an awful game to begin with, but when it turned out really well, I think you remember really well. After that play you made to send us to the Super Bowl, I just watched it this afternoon and I got goosebumps again. It was insane. How was talk me through that emotion afterwards? I saw Doug Baldwin coming up to you, like talking to you. What was it like? Like, tell us.
Yeah, it was just I mean, that game was just a roller coaster of emotions for everybody, especially for myself. You know, 4 targets, 4 interceptions, and you know, when there was every opportunity to kind of just hang them up and kind of give in, you know, you kind of just dig deep and continue to keep fighting. And, you know, Pete always talks about having grit. That's something that we always preach in our locker room. And, you know, it was a great opportunity to show perseverance and grit and be able to, you know, stay ready and make the most of the opportunities that you had. And, you know, we still had a lot of game left and we started making some plays, and then we got into overtime. And my number was called again. And so, you know, you just got to make the most of each opportunity when you had them. And I was able to do that, and so happened to be able to send us to the Super Bowl. And just a lot of emotions just because how that game went. And it was just a huge roller coaster.
I can imagine it was for us fans too. That's for sure. Another teammate of you, Doug Baldwin, it seems like you're pretty close with, from our point of view. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you're different kind of characters. Like Doug is really outspoken. You're maybe a little bit more laid back. different characters also go and take in that receiving core at that time. How was it in this wide receiver room? You were competitors at one point to get playing time, and on the other side you were teammates. How did there happen any like arguments, or how was it in that receiving core?
Yeah, we had a unique receiving group. I mean, we had a lot of personalities. Like you mentioned, Doug, who was a lot of people called him Angry Doug. He would say he's very passionate, which he very was. He was very outspoken. I would say he was definitely our vocal leader. He was just very competitive. And then you had guys like Golden Tate, very skilled wide receiver. You know, they call him the Yak King, very confident. And he definitely showed that. I was very much so laid back, so I kind of evened everybody out, I felt like, a little bit. I think just in our group, we all had personality traits that kind of evened the whole room out, and we kind of neutralized a little bit to where we were able to kind of mesh really well and be able to perform at the same time.
Nice. Now a question about your maybe the end part of your career. You were traded to the Jets for Sheldon Richardson at that time, and how was that going from a Seahawks organization to another one? I mean, everybody talks about how different everything aside from the Seahawks is if they have been at the Seahawks. How was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely different. The first year wasn't too bad. I got traded a week before our first game, so I just kind of went into survival mode and try to do the best I can. But that second year, I definitely saw the differences in between organizations, and it was definitely not like the Seahawks organization. The Seahawks and what they do at the VMAC is one of a kind. Not too many places that I've seen or even heard, run their organization like that and have that kind of tight-knit family. And just to be able to kind of have your own personality and, even, having John Schneider walk down the hall and, cracking jokes with you and, you have like a personal relationship with a lot of these guys. And so not a lot of places are like that. Most places you're kind of walking on eggshells and not trying to mess up. And, the Seahawks organization is far from that. They make you feel very welcome. They allow you to be yourself if you follow 3 rules, and they're very simple rules. And
what are these rules?
It was protect the team, no whine and complain or excuses, and be early. So very simple. And if you can follow those 3 rules, I mean, you kind of can just be yourself, and I think that's what allows a lot of players to flourish, and that's why you see a lot of late round undrafted guys flourish, because Pete's all about competition, and he gives everybody the opportunity.
Nice. Mario, last question to you. We have ELF here in Germany, the European League of Football, just was founded a few years ago. Do you see any comparison to the NFL Europe, and do you think it can be successful to bring European players to America?
I don't necessarily see a comparison, but what I see is a desire to play football, to learn American football. And we had a German player on the Seahawks squad for the last 2 years.
Baron Donker.
Donk, man. And Donk is a great, he brought in great energy. He competed every day. He's early to practice. He's out there. He's trying his very best. So I like that, and I think that gives us the outlet to maybe have a team here in Europe, and you're going to continue to have NFL games in Europe. Like I said, like way back when I played, it's been a very long time, but the German fans were fantastic. They want to learn, and that's part of it. So I think you'll always see 1 or 2 guys that can compete on that level.
Yeah, we are looking forward to see that again for the Seahawks, hopefully soon, a German player getting on the field. Thank you guys so much for your time. I hope you have a great time in Germany the next few days, and get back safe to Seattle.
Yeah. With that said, I think we should end here. Thank you both so much for the interview, and in Germany especially. Let's end this episode together with a Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Und das war's dann auch jetzt mit dieser Sonderfolge von Ballhawks, dem Podcast der German Seahawkers.
Touchdown Seahawks!
Weitere Infos zu den German Seahawkers gibt's natürlich auch auf unserer Website unter germanseahawkers.com.